Previously on BoostedRide.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Engine build day? It's Wednesday at, what time is it, Jason? 6:15.
6:20.
6:20. We're doing good. But the block is done. So this is a 6-liter cast block. Got brand new cam bearings in there. It's bored 30 over. And everything for the block I think is ready to go. So come over here, Tanner, show them what we got. We got a brand new, because I think I messed up the last one. So a brand new Molnar crank. 3622 for the stroke. We got brand new diamond pistons here. We don't want to mix any of this up, but it's all been filed, ready to go. So you got number one here, but these are diamond pistons. These are a stock piston, I believe, aren't they, Jason? From Diamond.
They handle a boost and
Well, I mean, on the shelf piston from Diamond.
shelf piston.
You can grab these if you need them for your build, but they're good for supercharged nitrous, big blower, high boost applications. They do make better ones, but it'll work. And then to go along with the Molnar crank, we have Tom Molnar's rods here. So we got those to go with that, and then we'll just kind of keep going through our stuff here. Johnson lifters. So this is going to be a tie bar style lifter instead of your original style that goes in your LS that runs the lifter trays. So this is an upgrade for us. So better lifters there, because we plan on turning. Well, we've always been turning a lot of RPMs. It just doesn't last because we're kind of abusive on stuff. Obviously, the Joe Blow Speed front cover. So this, I think I showed this before, but this front cover for the LS actually incorporates a bearing in here. So that's our crank support for our bearing. So all that stuff. Double roller timing chain. That's reused. And then we got hooked up with NK Performance. So we've got our nice shaft here, Tanner. Well, I'll show you my nice shaft here, but give out all of our trade secrets here so you can take a look at this. So you got 238, 252 on exhaust at 50 thousandths, 620 lift, 112.5 lobe separation. But yeah, it's nothing fancy. It's good for blower application. So they spec this out. I'm sure it'll flow good, but here's that cam. Oh, get that, Tanner. Look at this. BoostedRide etched straight into the end of it. So again, NK Performance, thank you. They hooked us up with this actually probably a couple months ago because we thought we were actually building the motor for Michigan, but unfortunately we ran out of time, put that stock motor together. Let's move right along here. So we've got a crinkled up sticker from BTR.
supposed to get a new one this weekend.
Well, we do have a good one here. So we got a good one there, but Jason, what do we got here?
Push rod.
Push rods from BTR, and then in here is a whole, this is the whole kit.
Yep.
So this is the BTR shaft rockers, stands, all that stuff comes as a kit from them. So we're giving this a shot this time. And slight upgrade, because we just run, I don't remember what trunnion kit you bought, but it was just stock rockers with the trunnion upgrade kit in them. So this should be a better setup. And then obviously Cometic head gaskets. We got these from Brian Tooley Racing as well. Got our bearings here. Obviously just accessories and stuff, but it's ready to go together as soon as we stop yapping here and let the engine builder get in here. But yeah, we'll start by throwing the crank in there, getting all the rods and pistons together. Like I said, it should be fairly quick. And then the only thing we need to do is, let me grab the intake and I'll show you one more thing. Where is that? Okay, so the last thing we need to do is, this is our new intake that we're going to be running from Holley. I think I showed this previously, but what we didn't talk about was the fact that it's an EFI intake, because obviously pretty much every LS runs fuel injection, and unfortunately we're not going to. Plus, if you take a shot here, Tanner, show them our angle of our injector is going to hit this plate here, and this obviously adapts it to our roots blower. So we've got to run this to put the blower on, but because we want short ram, I'm going to have to machine out some aluminum plugs. I guess TIG weld these all shut. And then if we want to run EFI, if we get to that point, we need some sponsors. We need help. I'd love to run EFI just because of the ability to quickly tune. We don't know anything about mechanics. We really don't know anything about EFI either, but I know enough to be dangerous to kind of tune some things out better than mechanical injection. Maybe we'll learn that better, but We may have to re-drill these holes down slightly in these other bosses here, modify the brackets, whatever. But I have to get these plugged because we are running mechanical, and it may stay that way going to Australia. But that's all there is to it. I don't know, Jason, anything else to add? Obviously, ARP, rod bolts, ARP, studs, head studs.
Just running wet for now.
Oh, yeah. We should add that too. So it's going to be wet some. So we're going to have to fill the oil pan, extra capacity. Unfortunately, Jason, we got dry sump stuff coming, but it's going to be what, 4 weeks?
3 to 4 weeks out.
We might not even make it for Australia. We might have to cobble something on, but it's on its way. So hopefully that'll get here. Then we'll have to pull the motor back out, modify some brackets. But yeah, enough yapping. We should probably get a motor built here. And we won't show them the car, Tanner, because it's kind of a disaster on its own. Needs front brakes, calipers that we thought got stolen because they weren't outside, but here it turns out they didn't come next day. Wiring inside the car, can't get the windows to roll up, bought a different harness off of eBay, sent my mom to get a fuse box. Just, it's a disaster right now. And Tanner wants a passenger seat because he thinks he's riding shotgun. So we got to do that as well, but just lots of things to cover. But let's get to the engine building. Let's get it in. Let's get it fired up. And then next we'll be at LS Fest in the next video, I hope. We might be tired. We might be worn out, but hang in there. We'll get there. And sorry to the guys at the LS booth if we're Holly booth if we're late, because we need a parking spot there, so might have to squeeze us in.
Yep.
All right, build an engine. Well, I don't mean to interrupt before we build the engine, guys, but we have some pretty trick heads here. So I gotta give a huge shout out to LME. So thank you to them for hooking us up with a CNC port job. So these are 823 castings, so they're just stock heads, but if you can get a nice little shot down inside their Tanner, they've been fully CNC ported, exhaust, and intake side as well. Very nice job from LME, and they also went ahead and decked the surfaces, actually the valve cover surface and the exhaust surface as well. So yeah, and this set of heads has Urson stainless steel valves, and then again BTR valve springs, which there's some pretty beefy ones. The last ones came on a set of heads that I got from I don't even know where. California. Had like maybe what 100 pounds of seat pressure on them, and these bad boys here have like 200 or a little more of seat pressure. So when we're putting our 30 pounds of boost back in there, we don't want to tell the engine brother. Our 30 pounds of boost back in there, we're going to have all kinds of seat pressure keeping these valves closed. Because, yeah, the lack of that valve pressure might have been the cause.
That, and we got the shaft rockers here to help hold the RPMs.
Yep. So, yeah, here's a shot of those, actually. So you can see the BTR shaft rockers. Upgraded ARP bolts. Oh, no, ARP studs. Yeah, you got the studs.
Right through the center of the...
Jason's a stud. So yeah, there's a shot of all that. So now we can go back. But I just want to say thank you. Holly, oil pan, all that stuff. We've got MSD coils. I mean, a huge thank you to everyone. Driven Racing Oil is going to help us keep this thing alive as well. And then, you know, LME with the heads. And there's plenty of other people. Tanner can put those at the end of the video. We need to always make sure we keep everybody in mind. And anyone new sponsors, you know, we're always looking for help. So we have bad spending habits and no money. Plus, Australia, guys. So help us out. So while Jason and Scott are working on the engine, I'm over here at my shop. You know, could be over there helping, but I have my own list of problems. And number one was windows for the Camaro. They were rolled down, and some guy, when he went to cut the rear tub section out of the car, cut right through this harness. And not only did he cut through the harness, he cut through the harness in multiple spots and just put a bunch of gouges in all the wiring. And on top of all that, when he went to remove the fuse block, which is laying right up here on top of the car, unfortunately, he ruined that as well. So, now, what I have done, because I found through alldata.com or whatever it is, Jason and I got a harness diagram. To run the windows, you need the body control module. Well, you need the harness to run that. So I had to get on eBay, buy a used harness out of a ZL1, yada, yada, yada. Put in the interior harness, found out, need a fuse block. Okay, bought the fuse block for the front of the car, and then realized that, you know, you need power going out, didn't power all the panel, and I had to have the engine harness, well, the front engine bay harness, not the actual engine harness, still chassis harness for headlights, horn, turn signals. That has to be plugged in to make the entire circuit on that panel. So I had nowhere to put it because I don't want to run it in the engine bay yet. So I'm hoping there's enough clearance under that dash panel because that is a mess. Yeah. So I did some trimming on this. I trimmed out some of the duct work here in the middle, hoping I have enough clearance. And then I had everything working, which is a whole nother story. I've unhooked it. So fingers crossed when I hook this back up and power that fuse block and the main harness, everything kicks back in and the windows work again. So I have my hopes. Yeah, but I'm living on a prayer right now, guys. So let's get this together. Jason is over there working on the motor right now. It's Thursday night, like 4 o'clock. So we've got a long night ahead of us. So let's keep at it. Let's see, Tanner, let's check the time. 10:15. I mean, we kind of got a motor, but unfortunately, I'm an idiot. Ordered most of the stuff and told Scott put it together. Didn't think anything about it. I mean, this is how stupid we are. We should have known when we were talking about this valley cover that there's no cam sensor in here because this is a Gen 4 block, not a Gen 3. So up here, Tanner, show them. Gen 4 takes the sensor to read the cam signal from the front gear. Well, you know what? When you put I don't know how many people know this, but when you put the cam gear out of a Gen 3, which has no kind of pickup on it, into a Gen 4 where it's supposed to read off of something, that doesn't work. And then unfortunately, push rods. Tanner, we don't have the right length push rods, so that's kind of the least of my worries. Because worst case, not the right thing to do, but I'll just have Scott turn some push rods down just to get it to run, and we can overnight push rods. But we're trying to find a cam gear set tomorrow, which is Friday when we wanted to leave. So we're gonna have to send Tanner. You? We don't know who yet. We're going to have to send somebody to go get a single row factory timing gear, put that on, see about some push rods, and I don't know. We'll find out. But they're coming in here with all the answers now, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. But this is what happens when you try and rush something and put it together right away, do you think?
I don't know much about LSs. And
yeah, we don't. This is our first LS build, so.
Well, it's different. It's rectangle for it.
It actually is. First Gen 4 that we're doing, so again, we kind of got what we ordered what we thought we needed, and then when we tell the guy to rush to put it together. But we'll see what we can come up with in the morning. Where Tanner has to drive, he might have to drive like 3.5 hours to go get parts, one way, Tanner. So
2.5. So.
All right. Well, we'll check back in the morning and see what kind of great. Oh, and then I'm over here because did I tell him, Tanner, that the windows don't work in the Camaro again? Put all that wiring harness in, and I think it's something to do with security. So it said to leave the key on for a while. So I've been over here for like 3 hours, 4 hours, and I just left the key on. So hopefully that excess battery is still holding a good charge. So I'll find out when I go home if we got windows or not, and we just can't unhook anything again. So updates coming in the morning. Packages. We always love packages.
See if these are right too. The motor's not right.
Before we go in, we got to get excited.
The picture ain't right.
Yeah, we got to get excited with our new parts here. It's definitely look better than that.
Better.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Yep, Brembo.
New calipers for the Camaro. So, I don't know if we even said anything, but we'll show you. We got brand new Bear Errata Speed rotors. So, if you guys haven't seen these before, they're drilled, slotted, 2-piece, billet aluminum center section. Some pretty badass rotors for a burnout car, I guess. I don't know. We're setting records on tipping speed, I guess. Mm-hmm. So, unfortunately, Holly hooked us up with those, but we didn't realize that the rotors are SS Camaro.
Good thing there's no cord to send back.
So the rotors are for an SS Camaro, which runs the Brembo brake package. So we had to get some Brembo brakes coming. And Jason paid for overnight shipping from, who'd you get this from? Oh, Rock Auto.
This one don't say Brembo on it, but
Oh, we got ripped off.
this one's a knockoff.
One Brembo and one Chinese Brembo.
It is. Look at these. How this one's.
One piston's bigger than the other.
He's got like how aluminum ones. They got the holes in them are.
Oh man, this one's lighter too.
Them are in backwards probably.
They probably are. Actually, for as big as these are for being 4-piston calipers, they're actually pretty light, surprisingly.
So we got two, a left and a right. Nope.
Two rights.
One's top, one's bottom, so we're good.
All right, so we got to get brakes put on in the morning. We're gonna have to send Dad all the way down because Tanner doesn't want to go, so he's got work to do here. So Dad's gonna have to go all the way down, a couple hours. Well, hopefully just an hour. We're gonna do a cheap single row timing set from a factory motor, like a $50 timing set. And push rods are going to be the biggest thing. So like I said, I know it's not the right thing to do, but if we got to turn some down, cut them down, we'll put them in there just to fire it, and that's it. And then we'll hopefully get some overnighted. Now Jason's got another package here he's all excited about too. Weight capacity, it's probably 169. Oh man, assembly required. So Jason, Tanner, I think we made him feel like he was left out. We both got scooters to ride around. And he was gonna get like a $1,500, like 2,000 watt scooter. But he got a $200 scooter, so.
Yeah, it's still 400.
Oh, 400. Oh, he does have bigger tires than us. So maybe we'll get Jason to do a little.
Bigger.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's got a bigger basket because mine doesn't have one. We'll get together and we'll get Jason riding this around at LS Fest while he's cruising around. You got a seat on yours too, don't you?
Yep, right here.
He's got a seat, he's got a basket, he's got a front basket.
There's even foot pegs on it.
Oh yeah, he's got foot. He's gonna be doing stunts and stuff.
See if this will do wheelies.
All right, well we're gonna put this together. Maybe we'll see what it's got.
Where's the horse?
Fat guy on a little scooter. Do a wheelie.
I'll probably fall off, hurt myself. I better not.
All right, rip her quick.
Yay! I wasn't wiping out.
Sounds like it. Jason will be at the shop 5:30 in the morning. I'll give you an update. We're going to be putting brakes on. So 10:30 now. We'll see Jason at about 8 o'clock. Wow. 5:20 he got up. I'll give him credit. We'll go over and get an update on that, but first, the intake. I think I mentioned this before. Welded up these injector, I'm not going to touch it, but put plugs in these injector holes. Had Scott make those. So we've got, man, camera is just going bonkers here. So I had Scott make those plugs, and then I got those TIG welded in each of these runner holes because mechanical injection life. We may end up re-drilling these down a little bit further, putting injectors in, like I mentioned, but at this point, Jason, I think it's going to be mechanically injected in Australia.
Unless we win a couple of them.
Yeah, true. But now, update on the brakes. So these are the Bear Erratus Speed rotors I was mentioning earlier, and then this is the genuine Brembo. I can tell because, like Jason said, it's got like aluminum pistons in here, versus the other one has pistons in backwards, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not gonna find out.
Yeah, we're not taking it apart, but yeah, this is Brembo. It's cast in the backside. Obviously, this doesn't say it here. If it was a genuine Camaro one, it would have said what Chevrolet, I think, on it, or Camaro. I think it actually is embossed with Camaro, which is fine. We're good with this. We went with black just because the theme of the car is going to be more black and orange, and we didn't know what the orange was going to look like. So, good choice there. wheel adapter so we can put our front wheels back on. Not that I like them, but it's what we have for the time being. And then the passenger side over here, Jason is taking apart currently. So got the brake line unhooked, calipers out. Just needs to beat the rotor off quick.
Find the torques to get that screw off.
Oh, torques for the screw. So it's probably inside the car from doing the... Oh, update, wiring. Jason, good news?
I don't know.
He came in this morning. I left the key on all night because of the theft deterrent system. And he said the window rolled up. Now, it only rolls up to where it's at because that's where it got shut off at. So I think I can fix that part of it. So I think we're good. We just can't ever unhook the battery. Or let it go dead.
Or we just need to eliminate the theft thing. See if that fixes it.
Yeah, if somebody knows how to remove the anti-theft or theft deterrent system, that'd be great. It had EF, or not EFI, but HP tuners on it. But I think that's to tune the computer in the car. But
Where does he stock us at?
oh, I don't know. Okay. All right, we'll give you updates along the way here. But yeah, that's current status. We're looking good. It's currently 7 o'clock on the button. We need somebody to go get that timing chain set this morning. Found a guy in Rockford, Illinois. 2.5 hours away, Jason. Somebody's got to drive. Or possibly, the guy was nice enough that he said that he would set him out somewhere. It's kind of on, well, it's pretty much on the way, we got to say. We've done stupider stuff like drove west and south, like 3 hours out of the way to get a rear end gear set, one time going to Bristol. So
Yeah.
this is only an hour, and it's literally, instead of going southeast, we're going to go east and then south. So I'll take that as on the way.
Yeah. It's an hour longer.
Yeah, hour longer to get there, but okay, well, I'll give you updates. Otherwise, we're looking like we might actually be able to make it yet.
Teflon.
What happened, Tanner?
A screw fell in there.
Let's see, 1 rotor, 2 rotor, and guess what? Got the 3rd one too. I don't know if that was before. Well, back at the shop, and we finally got a motor. Yeah, just lots of chaos, but we ended up getting, thank you to a local race shop, got push rods for it. We got a timing gear set, and what was the other thing we needed? A lot of motivation.
The sensor.
Sensor? What sensor? Oh, yeah. The cam sensor, Doug. So we got it at Gen 4 now. But anyway, the motor sat in there. Obviously, we got to get headers. We got to get the wiring, fuel system, power steering, all that stuff hooked back up. And the brakes are all done. So Jason and I finished that up this morning, and everything else is good to go. I did actually go ahead and TIG weld shut this fitting on here for the radiator. I'm assuming on a Camaro they obviously have some kind of remote reservoir, and then also patched up one down on the bottom there. That was for the heater core, so that's all good to go. So now Jason's eating his Reese's peanut butter cup, so he has motivation to work, I guess.
And I got my root beer over there.
Root beer, yeah. He can't be drinking any beer. We need to make sure this thing's running good. So let's get it all bolted up, and then hopefully we don't have any issues. We'll come back in the next clip. This thing will be running and just sounding really good. So, all right, let's get to it.
Wait a minute. Work hard for the car, so that's why it's all tinted. Wait a minute. Had a real late night, woke up with my head spinning out in Nashville. It's been mad real. I need sunglasses, I need Advil. I like fake boobs and my cash real. I like
Alright, ready? Go.
but we definitely have a miss. Jason's gonna go get the temp gun. Oh, I can't breathe! Oh man. We got a little misfire, so we'll get that ironed out, but you know what? I think that's enough for this video. We're probably at like, what, 30 minutes, Tanner?
Oh yeah.
So we'll get this misfire ironed out, and I tell you what, in the next video, Holly LS Fest, I hope they're prepared, because I tell you what, this motor, we get that misfire taken care of. It sounds healthy, that's for damn sure. So we'll check EGTs, get everything ironed out. Like I said, we'll see you guys in the next video. Holly LS Fest. We'll see you at Bowling Green, Kentucky, or we'll see you in the video.